3 nights before the crucifixion. While the city of Jerusalem slept, unaware that history was about to break in two, Jesus led his inner circle Peter, James, and John up the Mount of Olives. He didn't bring them there to pray. He brought them there to show them something. According to the recently discovered Codex Chocus and corroborating texts from Nag Hammadi, Jesus pointed to what appeared to be empty space and declared, "The portal only opens for certain souls." Peter, confused, asked who these souls were. Jesus' response was cryptic, yet terrifyingly precise. If you are asking, you already know the answer. This wasn't a metaphor. It was mechanics. Jesus was describing a frequency like a cosmic security system that only responds to a specific biometric signature. The Gnostics called it the monad portal. If you are watching this video right now, if you have felt an inexplicable pull to this specific topic, you might be receiving the identical transmission Peter received 2,000 years ago. You are not here by accident. You are here because your frequency is trying to dial home. By the end of this presentation, you will know, without a shadow of a doubt, whether you are one of the volunteers. And if you are, you need to know how to open the door. To understand the portal, you must first understand the mission. The early church buried this truth because it shattered their control. They wanted you to believe that salvation was something you earned through obedience. But Jesus taught his inner circle something radically different. He taught that earth is a density, trapa, realm of forgetfulness, and that before you were born, you made a choice. Not everyone made this choice. Most souls incarnate here to learn. They are students of the Earth School. They belong here. But some souls look down at the suffering, the amnesia, the chaos, and they volunteered. They said, "I will go down into the forgetting. I will put on the heavy suit of biology, and when the time is right, I will remember." This is the volunteer protocol. Jesus wasn't being elitist when he spoke of the chosen. He was identifying a specific frequency signature, a piece of software running on a different operating system. This explains the ache, that persistent, gnawing sense that you do not belong here, that you are playing a role in a movie script you didn't write. You achieve what society calls success, and it tastes like ash. You look at people who are genuinely happy with the matrixstat job, the debt, the drama monde. You don't feel superior. You feel alien. That restlessness isn't depression. It is your frequency trying to break the jam. You are a sleeper agent whose activation code is being broadcast, but your conscious mind hasn't decoded the signal yet. The portal is not a passive door. It is a living conscious entity. It scans for its own kind. After years of studying the Gnostic texts and working with those who have accessed these states, we have identified 5 unmistakable signs that you carry the volunteer frequency. If you recognize 3 or more of these, you are not crazy. You are activating. Sign number 1, the ontological homesickness. This is not missing a place you visited. It is missing a place you cannot name. It is a bone deep knowing that the fundamental laws of this reality competition, scarcity, hierarchy are wrong. You feel like an anthropologist on Mars. You can learn the customs, speak the language, ebb and blending, but it never feels natural. As a child, you might have stared at the stars and felt a tug in your chest so strong it made you cry. That wasn't imagination. That was your internal compass pointing north, in a world that only knows south. Sign number 2, the reality glitch. The closer you get to the portal, the more the simulation starts to break down around you. Déjà vu stops being a vague feeling and becomes a preview. You know exactly what someone is going to say 3 seconds before they say it. You see synchronicities 11:11, 3:33 note. As random coincidences, but as time behaves strangely for you. Hours compress into minutes. Minutes stretch into eternities. This is dimensional bleed-through. Your consciousness is starting to operate outside linear time, preparing for the timelessness of the monad. Sign number 3, the energetic. You walk into a room and you don't just see people. You feel their history. You know someone is lying before they finish their sentence. You feel the residue of an argument in an empty house. This isn't just empathy. This is frequency scanning. Your hardware is designed to read energy signals. Sign number 4, Initiation by fire. Here is the hard truth. Chosen ones do not have easy lives. The portal requires a frequency that is forged, not given. You have likely endured trauma, loss, or betrayal. It would have broken a normal person. Why? Because suffering breaks the shell of the ego. It forces you to detach from the illusion. Every heartbreak was a lesson in non-attachment. Every betrayal was a lesson in discernment. The universe was pressure testing your vessel to ensure it can hold the voltage of the monad. Sign number 5. The guided search. You didn't find this video. The video found you. The portal orchestrates your information diet. It leads you to specific books, specific teachers, specific conversations, exactly when you need them. You have an insatiable hunger for forbidden knowledge, Gnosticism, metaphysics, quantum mechanics. While others are content with evening news, you are digging for the source code. This is the homing beacon in action. So, what happens when the signal locks? What is the portal actually? Jesus described it as a narrow gate. In modern terms, we would call it a frequency bandwidth. The monada, source, vibrates at a frequency of absolute unity. Earth vibrates at a frequency of separation. To open the portal, you must match the frequency of the destination. This is why trying doesn't work. This is why being good doesn't work. You cannot moralize your way through a frequency lock. You must resonate your way through. It requires 3 specific adjustments to your operating system. Adjustment 1, the observer state. You must detach from the drama of the avatar. You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are the witness. When you can watch your own suffering without becoming the sufferer, the lock begins to turn. Adjustment 2, the vertical alignment. Most humans live horizontally focused on the past and future, on other people. The volunteer lives vertically anchored to the monad above and the earth below. You must prioritize your connection to source over your connection to society. This often means being misunderstood. It means being the weird one. Wear it like a badge of honor. Adjustment 3, the ego dissolution. This is the terrifying part. To enter the portal, you must leave you behind. The personality, the history, the victim story, it cannot fit through the needle's eye. The portal doesn't open for James or Sarah. It opens for the spark that is wearing them. When the portal opens, you will know. It is not a subtle feeling. It starts as a pressure in the sternum, the high heart. Then, the pull through the crown. Time will stop. The silence will become deafening. And for a moment, you will remember everything. You will remember why you volunteered. You will remember the faces of those who sent you. You will remember that you are unbreakable. And then, you will return. You will come back to the dinner party, the office, the traffic jam. But you will be different. You will be a living bridge, a wire conducting the voltage of heaven into the density of earth. This is the mission, no to escape, but to bring the light down. If you recognized yourself in these signs, stop pretending you are normal. You are not broken. You are a prototype. The feeling of not belonging is your greatest asset. It protects you from getting comfortable in a burning building. The portal is active. The frequency is rising. If you are ready to answer the call, let the universe know. Write in the comments, I am a volunteer. Mark your frequency. Find your tribe. The time of forgetting is over. Welcome home.